Hey there, this is Mario from shockandfit.com, and in this video, you're gonna learn how to stop drinking alcohol forever. So if you apply this concept from this video, you're gonna be able to eliminate this bad habit from your life for good. So it's never gonna happen again. And why is this important? Well, look, we don't even need to see the research. It's pretty much obvious that if you're drinking multiple times a week, if you're really getting wasted, it's gonna impact your performance. Even a little bit of alcohol makes a difference. According to the research, you look at it, impaired recovery, worse sleep, less performance in the gym, less muscle being built, like all these things in your health area of your life, which then directly translates to all the other areas of your life. Because if you're looking to improve your social skills, like your business skills, like your happiness, it's all gonna be affected to a degree with how many of these bad habits you have. So alcohol is just one of them. You could be suffering from multiple different bad things. And these things are actually quite easy to fix. And the way I look at it, like my analogy is kind of when I think about alcohol or cigarettes, something like that, it's kind of like having anchors tied up to your leg when you're trying to swim, right? The more of these anchors you have, the more weight there is, and it just keep dragging you down. And you just, no matter how fast of a good of a swimmer you are, it's still gonna impact your performance. And I just got recently reminded by a story from a friend how I get rid of alcohol for good back then. And it was like a couple of years ago before I started training, I had a massive addiction with alcohol and video games. So I was speaking to my friend, and his father was actually addicted to smoking for 20 years. And he reminded me of a story how his father quit smoking. So it was late at night, and his father was actually walking to a meeting somewhere with his friend, right? And they were walking down the street, and his father was like kind of touching like his pockets, and he couldn't find his cigarettes, right? And he was like a heavy smoker, multiple packs per day, like really heavy, smoking for like 15, 20 years, like those people who are kind of even defined by cigarettes. All their clothes smell like cigarettes, like it's all, that person smokes, right? So they were walking down, and they were halfway there, and it was just like a meeting, a couple of friends, and he noticed, shit, I forgot my cigarettes. And his friend was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, okay, well, look, let's just walk back to my place. We're not that far, we're just halfway there. And as they started walking back to his father's place, he was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, he got mad, right? He got super pissed off. And he got pissed off because he realized, look, that pack of cigarettes is controlling my life. Like, I'm a human being, goddammit, right? He was pissed off. He was legit pissed off. And he was like, started thinking about all these things like he missed out on because that pack of cigarettes was just dragging him down. He was always thinking about it, always making sure that it's there. It took away so much energy from him, it drained him so much. And he was like, why am I walking back for this? Like, what is wrong with me? And he got super pissed off. He told his friend, look, ignore it, fuck it, let's just go. And they started walking back to where they needed to go, and he never smoked afterwards. So he got pissed off. Like, he legitimately got super pissed off at himself, at the pack of cigarettes, and just said, okay, that's done. That fucking thing is done. He didn't do a 90-day challenge. He didn't do a 60, 30-day challenge. None of that. Like, none of that really works. What happens when you try to do a 30-day challenge? Like, you're doing a 30-day challenge because on the day 31, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be back to my to my drinking. I'm gonna be back to partying and doing all these things. Or like, I see guys do that 30-day challenge because they know that on the 35th day there's gonna be his best friend's birthday, so he can go completely off the rails and just get wasted, right? That's pretty much like some people. I'm not saying that everybody, but you're kind of subconsciously thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go back to it anyway, so let me just do a challenge, right? Look, that shit just doesn't work. And I remember myself and how I got to quit alcohol, going back to the topic, was I got pissed off because I just went out one night, standard night. I just went out. I started with a couple of drinks. My social skills were zero back then, a couple of years ago, like 5-6 years ago. My only purpose to go to the bar was to get wasted. And if I remember anything, that would be super cool, right? I would be happy. And I got wasted. And not only that I got wasted a little bit, I actually got completely smashed. And I threw up. on myself, when I actually threw up on my friend as well, and he carried me out, and I was super embarrassed, and I was like destroyed, like my head hurt. I could barely remember things. Like people were showing me pictures on the phone, like, look what the fuck you did. It was super fucking embarrassing, like completely like not something that I was like, it was like just one level above like what I would usually do, because usually I would get wasted, I would kind of find my way home, and it would be fine. I would kind of forget about it. People would be telling me, yeah, it was a good fucking time, good party, bro, like all these things. But this time I really took it like one level above, right? And I got pissed off, man. I just got pissed off. I was like, fucking alcohol, I'm never doing this again, never. And it was really like the glass was full, and that was just the final drop. And I just got pissed off, and I told myself, look, this shit has to fucking go. Like I got super, I never get pissed off at anything except myself. And I got pissed off at myself. I told myself, look, this can't be in your life anymore. This has to change. And once I just pulled that fucking trigger, I never even considered going back to drinking. It's just that simple. I just pulled the trigger. I just said, fuck it, it's done. And my life completely changed after that, not just because of that. I mean, at that point, I was already kind of working towards something, so I felt like this shit was just holding me back, man. Like, it was just all the embarrassment, all the anger, all that. I can live with that somehow, but I can't live with the fact that it's just holding me back in the gym. It's holding me back from like being happy, and I just get into a depression after you get wasted. Can't get enough sleep. Like people are fucking like looking at you like what happened. I mean, I was just like, fuck this. This has to go. So the power, what I'm talking about, the concept here is just get fucking mad, man. Like you have to use that anger in the right direction sometimes, and that right direction is against the bad habit. And if that bad habit is holding you back, you gotta nuke it. You gotta eliminate it. There's no way to move forward. As I said, think about those anchors. The more of those anchors you have that are dragging you down, no matter how good your body is, how like analogy, how well you can swim, you will still be dragged to the bottom of the ocean. Even if you do improve, it's gonna be so fucking slow that you're just missing out, and you're gonna regret missing out on all that potential. And that's something I could not live with myself. I could not live with myself that I would allow something like a simple substance like alcohol to hold me back. And ever since then, I mean, not just that I'm sober, but I'm actually not even having an urge. It's not even a fight anymore. I'm just like, okay, I just don't drink. I'm just the person who doesn't drink. I became a person who doesn't drink, who has that self-image, have that new identity that I don't drink. And I never really enjoyed it in any way. If I'm completely honest, it was just like it was just hiding an insecurity that I was bad talking to people, that I couldn't communicate with people, I couldn't be free, I couldn't express myself. And that alcohol was just helping me deal with that inhibition. And I just had to be real with myself and fucking cut that out and really work on it. Take the narrow road, right? Take the fucking harder path. And now when that take the harder path, pretty much got rid of it forever. And I'm happy that I did, because all my life completely changed since then. Not just because of that little thing, but that just one thing, and many things just put together, and they just create like momentum, and then you just change your life completely. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope a little bit of a personal story and a couple of stories that I shared with you resonate with you, and maybe you've heard about some of this before, maybe you've experienced something similar. So if you did, leave me a comment below how that happened to you, or if that happened to one of your friends. I'm definitely interested in hearing your ideas, your thoughts, so leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.